Hello and welcome everyone to N.E.S.T Create session for the 9th of June. My name is Mahmoud Habib and I'll be leading today's art session. Our topic today is Pop Art by Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol was an American print artist. He helped create a style of art called pop art. Warhol printed pictures of ordinary objects and he also printed famous people. So he would use printing pictures in a certain manner as a way of creating specific art called pop art. Warhol did most of his painting during the 1960s. This was an exciting time in popular culture. New kinds of music, art, books, and movies were being created. This inspired Warhol to look at art in a new way. Warhol's art showed what was popular in American culture. It was different from anything that had been created before. Many people originally didn't take his work seriously. Andy began his career as a commercial artist. His drawings appeared in many fashion magazines. As you can see, this is one of his drawings. He made a lot of money, but still dressed in torn, sloppy clothes, and his friends called him Raggedy Andy. Torn just means ripped apart or with like holes in it, and sloppy is just basically lazy or basic. Many commercial artists admired Warhol's work, but many in the fine arts did not consider him to be a real artist. This upset Warhol. He wanted people to think of him as a real artist and not just a magazine illustrator. So Warhol began painting ordinary objects and displaying them in museums. Here he painted a character from Superman. So basically, people didn't take him that seriously and didn't think his art was actually art, which disturbed him because he would put a lot of effort into it and he thought it was unique and special. So therefore, he started painting and painting certain objects and displaying them at museums, such as the Superman figure, which, as you can see, is very unique. Warhol liked to paint many pictures of the same thing. In 1962, a famous actress named Marilyn Monroe died. You may have heard of Marilyn Monroe. She's a very famous actress. That same year, he made a series of pictures of her. So as you can see, he has the exact same picture of her with many different coloring schemes. This is Marilyn Monroe by Andy Warhol. Later that year, a friend suggested Warhol paint, something that was so common that people didn't see it as art. Warhol loved to eat soup, so he decided to paint cans of Campbell's soup. Now Campbell's soup is a certain soup brand, as you can see. So he painted the same. Apologies. He painted the same image of the can multiple times with different coloring schemes or logos or types. There were so many different flavors of Campbell's soup at the time, and Warhol bought all the different kinds. Then he spent hours copying the cans onto a white background. He painted 32 times on the 32 cans on the canvas. A canvas is basically just the platform that he draws on, or painted on. Each can was slightly different from the next. This style of art is called pop art because the subjects for his work came from popular culture. So pop art as in popular art. So we're talking about Mickey Mouse here, who is obviously very popular. This is Mickey Mouse by Andy Warhol. This is Four Pandas by Andy Warhol. As you can see, it's the same image but in different coloring schemes. Warhol was fascinated by famous faces and carefully created a celebrity image of his own, wearing a wild white wig to make sure he stood out from other people. A wig is when you wear fake hair. This is a self-portrait by Andy Warhol. Pop art legend. Today, Andy Warhol is remembered as one of the most important American artists. Before, people used to make fun of him, and now he's one of the best. He helped make make pop art important and popular around the world. For the first time, people realized that cartoons, movie stars, and soup cans could be art. This is something that Andy Warhol proved. This is a poster in the style of Andy Warhol. Another poster in the style of Andy Warhol. And another one. And this is a very interesting one, just 4 apples in different bright colors. And here's another portrait style poster in the style of Andy Warhol. And another. Now, apologies, there wasn't a quiz ready, so I'll have a few questions over here. First question is, what type of art did Andy Warhol invest his time in? What type of art did Warhol introduce? Pause the video if you are not sure about the answer. The answer is pop art. Next question is, how did he feel about people making fun of his art? Was he happy? Was he unbothered? Or was he sad? The answer is he was bothered by it. He was sad about it. The next question is, what did he do in response? The answer is he basically drew famous paintings at museums and had them displayed there. Okay, this is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for joining. We will be having different unique videos for the next couple of weeks, either starting next week or the one after, so be sure to tune in. Thank you all for joining and have a good day, everyone. Thank you.